Hey everyone, welcome back to Ontario Gardening. Today we're going to quickly show you how to prune up your cucumbers for the best production and pollination that we can possibly get from our garden. So I'm going to show you just quickly on a tomato plant what I mean by pruning off suckers. So very similar to pruning a tomato plant, cucumbers also get little suckers inside of their armpits. So you have your main stem of your plant here, and then you have your side branches, and in between these little armpits is where suckers would start to form. So I have already pruned mine off. As you can see, you can just pinch them off with your fingers. If you don't, it'll look something like this. So here's your main stem, here was the side arm, and in the armpit a sucker grew. I missed it, and it literally started to create its own plant. So that can become problematic because if you have too many of these little suckers going off and making their own plants, then your plant is going to focus all of its energy making all of these side shoot plants, and it's just not great for production. So if I had have gotten this when it was little, you know, maybe even this big, I could have snapped it off, and you actually can repot those in soil and make them into a new plant if you wanted to. Otherwise, I just pitch them. I don't need all those tomato plants. So I'm going to show you how to do that on the cucumber because it's pretty much the similar process. Okay, so here we are at the cucumber plant, and as you can see, it's divided into 4 sections. You have your main stem, you've got a sun leaf off to the side here, and then you've got your fruit, which is either going to be a fruit or your flower, and then right here you've got your tendril, which is what vines on and holds on to stuff, and then you've got what is called a sucker, very similar to that tomato plant. So main stem, and then 1, 2, 3, and then sunleaf is 4. So what we're getting rid of here are these suckers. So you can either pinch them off or clip them off, but either way, these suckers are what needs to go. And that is going to now focus the main energy into that piece of fruit as opposed to trying to create another plant off to the side. So it's as simple as that for pruning the first method. So you're going to go through your whole main stem, and you're going to go through and you're going to find each armpit with those 4 pieces and get rid of all of those suckers and redirect that energy back into your fruiting as opposed to making plants. The other thing we're going to do is we are going to prune off some of these sun leaves. And what you want to do that for is for 2 reasons. One, you want to make sure there's good airflow running through your plants, because you want to make sure that all of our pollinators can get into our flowers and pollinate them. And you also don't want to create like a big jumbled mess, because that's how moisture stays trapped and we get diseases and other bad pests that we don't want in here trapped. The other reason that we want to prune some of these off and kind of give it some space is so that you don't miss any cucumbers. So if there's a cucumber that's way in the back and it's finished producing, then your cucumber plant thinks that it's finished. It thinks that it's already gone to seed, and it basically will stop producing any more plants or any more fruit. So if you have that cucumber in the back that's sitting there and you've missed it, all of that energy has gone to the plant and it's not going to produce anymore. So that's the other reason you want to get rid of these, so that you can actually see your fruit and make sure that you're getting them off at the proper time. So that's it for doing cucumber plants. I've gone through the bottom here and I've already trimmed some off, as you can see. I've trimmed some of those leaves off. I'm going to go through and just trim a couple more up and just kind of make it, because I've got a few in here that are all spiraling up these tomato cages. That's how I trellis them. Thanks for following along, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.